we're live, and so we're going live, and what we're doing is I have my chess friend here. I'm going to put that down there somewhere. I'm going to hide this. I'm going to open up this chessboard, okay? So here we go, and I've got my special guest here is Arun Kumar from Christchurch, a PhD, a doctor. That's okay, isn't it? He's got his doctor, so well done. Good, you got that this year. You passed your thesis, and he's sitting in today. He's the main person here, because we always do that when we have a doctor in the house, don't we? A doctor in the house. Okay. So here we go. Without further ado, I'm going to go through this game that occurred in 1858. This is the King's Knight's Gambit. Okay, so here we go. This is what the King's Knight's Gambit looks like. This is Paul Morphy playing white against that player that we all know that is called Anonymous, A-N-other, or amateur. Now this is, in this case, an amateur. Have I played this position before? I don't think so, but I might have.
So Morphy is playing white?
Yes, so Morphy is playing white. This is a match game in New Orleans of 1858. So here we've got, I think I've actually looked at this game. Yes, I have. I've actually looked at this game. Sorry, this was on, if you want to have a look at this game, it's YouTube on the 17th of October. So I've just done that. I forgot. So what we're going to do is the same player played Morphy, because it's called, same player is called amateur. So it might be the same player, but it probably won't be. So here we go. I'll better take the insert out. So sorry about that. So just a hiccup. We've been all the way to the Netherlands today. Just now we've been to the Netherlands.
Den Haag, yeah.
Yeah, we went to Den Haag. And you've actually gone there, haven't you?
Yes, I have been there.
Yes, you've gone there. So I haven't gone there, but my parents are from, my mum's from the Den Haag, and my father is from Amsterdam. In Netherlands, it's not Holland anymore. You're not allowed to say Holland. I don't know what's going to happen if I say Holland, but anyway, we might go on tour soon. Oh, that's no good. We're going there. Go back. Bishop c4, and then, because I have to read this.
Is this called Gyökö Piano, Italian opening?
This is the two knights defense, and we're probably going to get not knight g5. Now, often people will play the knight
or
g5.
The fried liver attack.
Yeah, and then black can actually play this move. Okay, and then we have knight f7. Okay, and then we have bishop f2 or something, or is it queen e7 first? But I think we have bishop f2 and
king takes.
I think king f1's better, but I don't know about king f2. But anyway, that's okay. As here we can just about just go rook here, can't we? Just about. If the king goes the wrong square, we can. So if the king wants to go attack the knight, well, good luck. Let's just say the king does. We'll just do some mock analysis, okay? Check. Bishop takes. Well, king takes pawn on e5. This is done look like a computer game of old. It's looking quite dodgy, I think. But so I won't take your fun away from trying out that at home with someone that you trust you can beat. So, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to play Paul Morphy's move here right now, and so that isn't knight g5, which often carries on like this, and not this move, because now knight f7. Oh, sorry. No, not knight d5 now, because of knight f7, and this is a lot of analysis on this. In fact, I don't know it all. So it's king f7, knight here, king here, knight here, d4, I think, maybe castling, c6, etc. I think. I think that's roughly what it is. I can't quite remember. Just rook here. White's given away a piece, but notice that if the king moves here, then white has bishop d5, cd5. No, they don't. Pawn takes anyway, or something like that. So I haven't looked at it for a long time. So there's quite exciting lines to play here for that of white and black. But here, Morphy played d4, which is a good move to play, especially in lightning, because what happens is you can actually give these central pawns away for speed of development, of getting your pieces off the back rank and getting your king tucked away and meeting your rooks up to say good day, and also having some central influence. In this case, we might lose our pawns in the centre for white, but our mobility of our forces are so good, and like they're just rocking. Whereas the king is still sometimes in the centre, and the rooks and bishops are still on the back rank, locked up. This one's locked up in the locking caveman cage, isn't it? So d4, that causes a response, doesn't it? d4 will cause some sort of response, and so black, the amateur, A-N other,
is always
plays
keen to capture.
Why don't they mention the guy's name? Why don't they say it was amateur David Weegenaar? Because I'm an amateur, and this game was in New Orleans as well. So here's d4. According to Steinitz, both this move and 4 castles are inferior to knight g5, as we've already shown. The knight here for white on move 4. As a rule, Morphy only uses the text move in blindfold play or when given odds. So this is a blindfold game. Sorry, this is a blindfold game. So Paul Morphy is blindfold. Okay, so that makes a bit of difference. I'm glad I didn't actually tell you yet. So this is a game at odds because it's a blindfold game of chess. So now we have knight g5. What's going on now? What's the moves for black here? What sort of moves are we going to want to play? Well, probably, what do you think? What would you play here for?
Black would probably, the most ideal move that comes to mind is d5 for black.
Would you give Paul Morphy a pawn? Okay.
Because white's threatening f7, and d5 looks ideal to prevent that in the very first instance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because I've just cheated, but my move that I prefer to play is the move that they say is safer, and it's knight e5. And here, black is obviously defending f7 it, and also attacking the bishop c4. And if queen d4, so knight e5, we might have queen d4 and knight c4, queen c4, and then we might have d5. Now the thing is that the queen can't capture the d5 pawn, of course, so the pawn gets captured. And now we don't actually have to take this. In fact, we could play bishop here, and let's just do a wee little trick here. Okay, do this, and now we'll go knight takes pawn here, see? And white says, oops, sorry, excuse me, having some hiccups. Now if white captures, then everyone knows
always
that this
have a check
is
and capture the queen there.
And look at this queen, it's loose now. Even if she tries to defend by knight c3, then we just go queen takes queen and watch what happens after knight d5.
It can't do knight d5.
It's not going to let me. No, the computer's saying no, sorry, you can't do that. So, and of course, queen d2 is no good after bishop b4 check. Not because of queen d2, because that's not very good for black, but better is bishop d2, winning the queen with check. Okay, and then we can look at this knight on g5 or castle away, and we're quite happy as black. But anyway, that did not occur. What occurred here, I'll just have to turn it around because I can't remember. What occurred here was the move d5 was played. Your move, Aaron. Your move was played next move.
Oh, d5.
Yeah, d5 was played here. Okay, now hold on, we've got some wrong here. Knight g5. Yeah, why is it not letting me play d5?
d5.
d5. Knight e5 here, like I said, is a safer continuation. Not saying it's going to win or draw or something, but it's safer. Now we have pawn takes pawn, and now black now makes a mistake here. Black plays knight d5, and this is not very good.
Yep.
Because why? I don't know. But it's not very good because, pardon me, white now plays this move, castles, and so he's not really too worried about, like, he's got his bishop out, he's got his knight out, and he's got his king tucked away, and he's got this open e file for the
that's
rook.
right. Whereas black's pieces are not developed, and his
so
king is still in the center.
Yeah.
Center's broken open. So
yeah, and we might be able to play here or here, and rook here to pin the bishop on e6 if it defends the knight on d5. So now we have castles, and so black makes a sensible move. It looks very sensible to me. Bishop e7. Now it says in this blindfold game, which is a few hiccups have occurred, but that's okay. Because I've just jumped in the deep end. So that's why I didn't realise that this is a blindfold game till I read that comment from Steinitz. So now Morphy now gets another attack similar to the Figatalo. Figatalo. What's that word?
Figatello. Yeah.
Figatello. Oh wow. A doctor knows it. I don't.
Because on the first instance, it sounded to me like if you're trying to pronounce fianchetto, but no, it's not fianchetto. It's
and
figatello.
how do you say that word?
Fianchetto?
Yeah.
That's an Italian word. Fianchetto.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I've heard it said differently. Because I say fianchetto. Is that wrong?
I think that's probably more correct.
Ah, probably. Yeah, because I've heard a lot of people saying it another way. I hope I'm in the picture because I've got to be, don't I? But I don't even know if I am, so I might not be. But that's okay. I don't mind that. So what would you play here for white now?
I'd try to pin that bishop there by bringing my rook on the e file. Rook e1.
Oh, yeah, that's quite reasonable. There's a more assertive revolutionary move than that. It's similar to the fried liver attack. Is it the fried liver attack? I don't even get into the actual names of things too much, but white plays a similar move than what we've just looked at.
I think white would just capture the f7 pawn with the knight.
Oh, you do that again. If you were playing Paul Morphy, would you play that move?
Because I could get my queen out on the next move, the king captures and have the king in trouble. I would play that.
So you're going to take the pawn, and then if the king takes, then what are you going to do?
Queen f3.
And what's that?
You mean the terminology?
Yeah, it's check, isn't it?
Yeah, that's check, yes.
And then what's it doing? As well as checking the king.
It attacks the knight twice on d5.
That's the correct answer. Then what does white do if king e6?
What does white do if king e6?
Yeah, defending the knight twice with the king and the queen. What would you do then? Because that's what happens.
Mm-hmm.
And this is blindfold. He's blindfold.
Mm-hmm.
Paul Morphy is blindfold. So what do you think after king e6 after, because it's all very well seeing knight f7 and queen f3 check, even if you're unable to see it, you just have to see it in your mind because you've got a blindfold on. And a blindfold, by the way, just in case you want to understand how that can be, is I'm just going to explain it to not you so much, Owen, because you've just seen me do it and I still lost, but I'm going to explain how someone can play blindfold when how do they know what pieces are being moved on the board? How do they know? Because they're getting told what the move was played on the board, and so they have to picture the position in their head. They're not playing the pieces, without being able to see what's going on and just trying to maneuver their pieces in the dark. They're getting told what the move is. So that's how a blindfold game of chess at odds is played. Usually there's someone around to assist the player that's playing blindfold, not in helping them, but just by
telling
saying
them, yes,
their move is this and making sure the move gets played properly on the board, etc. But they're not allowed to help the player that's being disadvantaged by having no actual sight of the chessboard.
So the way I would see this is his king is being drawn out to the center if he plays to e6, and his king would be in trouble given that it's caught up in the center of the board. So even if I'm not able to see that far ahead, I would imagine there is something coming up.
Okay,
next.
Right, so we got knight f7.
Yes.
Okay.
King takes.
King f7. Now, do we
Queen.
want to play this check or that check?
That's a
Which
good
one do you
question.
choose?
Not queen. Well, queen f3 because it has two purposes: attacking the knight twice. So I'd play this.
Right.
Oh yes, that is possible as well. Still attacks the knight. Yes.
Yeah, it does.
Yes.
But there might be a reason why not. So now we have this king e6 move. So can you find the next move for white?
Rook e1.
Oh, rook e1 looks very good, but it's not the move that he played. It gets an exclamation mark. Whether it gets one in today's games is another story.
Would it be queen to g4?
It could be queen to
g4,
but could black play, I don't really like it, but could black play king to d6? So if queen g4 now, then could we just play king d6
and then
now?
black can capture the white can capture the pawn there on g7.
Ah, yeah.
But that's not
That
going
was
to
queen c8. Did you see that? Watch that. Watch that move. Queen c8. Wow. That's a good move, isn't it?
Why is that a good move?
I don't know, but I'm just saying it looks a good move, doesn't it? It looks pretty cool. She just goes right into the thick of it, doesn't she? She's right in the briar patch.
Well, but the situation or the feel that I get from seeing this position is black's king is ugly.
Oh yeah.
Very awkward position. So,
yeah, it is.
So that way, it's
but
very
anyway,
to draw the king out.
Let's say we go bishop f4 check. Then we can just take this, can't we?
Yes.
We can take that. As this king can run away to here and go to a7 maybe with a pawn move or something like that, even though I'm just doing that off the cuff. Queen f4, king c5 even, maybe. I don't know. I'm not a grandmaster. Pardon?
Bishop is under attack.
Yeah, and look, there's no queen checks here.
Yes.
Is it all covered? That's what I like about it. Is there's no queen checks here because every square is covered by black on their side of the field. Okay, so we're going to go back.
Yes.
And we're going to try to find
the
best move here for white.
A move behind as well. One move back from here.
Yes. Sorry. Thank you. So we're going to try to find a good move here for white. So I don't want to be too long on it because I might not be in the picture, and so I won't like it if I'm not in the video.
All right. So
I want to be in the video because I like being in the video. This person, by the way, you might be aware, you might recognise him, and you might go, "I've seen him somewhere before." And where you've seen him is he's involved in New Zealand cricket. No, that's not what I'm saying. He's had an interview on here on this chess channel that I operate, and he met Magnus Carlsen in Copenhagen walking down the cobblestone streets, and he thought, and I always hassle him. Always hassle Aaron about that he never ever did something that I would do in a lightning flash, and like he just missed his complete opportunity. He didn't get an autograph. Why didn't you get an autograph? I just cannot understand. I still, I spoke to my mother about it. I said, look, he's sitting there, right? Okay, he's sitting there. He's got the world champion right in front of him, and he doesn't think, excuse me, Magnus, or your bodyguard highness, have you got a pen? And by the way, have you got a bit of paper? Okay, have you got a pen or a bit of paper? But no, he just goes, I want a selfie. A selfie can die. You can make that on how do I know you actually met him? You might have just done a bit of photoshopping. Photoshopping in the Photoshop.
Autograph could be given by someone else as well. Anyway, the moves that come to my mind are Queen H3.
Queen H3, not the move. The next move is 1, 2, 3, Knight C3. Good on you if you played this move in your head or something. What's it doing? Why is Knight C3?
It's attacking the knight thrice.
Three times.
On D5, yes.
3 times. 1, 2, 3.
Yes.
So we're threatening now Knight D5 or something.
But what if D takes
C? No, you have to answer the question. What of D takes
C3?
Yeah, D takes C3. What then?
If D takes C3, I'm going to play Rook to D1.
Well, that's exactly what happened. How did you know that? Did you have a lot of this game before? Rook E1.
Is it not Rook to D1?
Oh, yeah, I was thinking Rook D1 too, actually, but it's actually Rook E1. I thought you said E1. You've got to be careful of terminology around here. Rook E1, and then we have Knight E5. Now what's next move? This is very good for your chess. It's very good for my chess. It's very good for everyone's chess. And it's also good for your chest. I mean, I'm just talking about, it's very good for your chess. This is very good. So
I'm going to play Bishop to F4.
Wow, what a good move. That's exactly what Mr. Morphy played. Okay.
Bringing all pieces into the attack.
Okay, right. Now defend for black. What's the next move for black? This is not very good. I don't think it's good. That's nothing. I don't recognise that move. What's that move?
Black would play Bishop to F6.
Yeah, I think I like Bishop F6 better, but black played Bishop D6.
But that's blocking the knight.
So what does Paul now play? So let's take a rough count. What's the rough count at the moment? It's 4 versus 2, isn't it?
No, Paul Murphy would play Bishop takes on D5.
And a flash or Queen D5?
Or it could be Queen D5.
That's Bishop D5, you were right the first time. Now we have, don't look at this, because this is good for you. Bishop takes knight, it says. I'm wrong too. Says this. It's bishop e5, overwrite. Bishop e5. And now what do we play? Rook e5. King e5. Look at that. Is this love? Is this lovely? Rook e1. King d5. Oh.
And then queen to d3.
No. We just go bishop takes knight.
Knight.
And now if queen takes
queen to d3.
Okay. Then we could go queen d3, but this is even better. Okay. And then wherever the king goes, it's going to be check with the queen next capture on d5.
Right. Yes.
Is that nice? Now where did we get up to so far? So we've got king to d5. You've got to be kidding me. King to d5. Got bishop takes knight. And what happened there? Bishop takes knight and rook f8. So we didn't find quite the right move for black there. And now we have a short summary of the moves to hand. Is queen d3 and king c5 only move. Now what should you play, Arun?
Queen c4.
Okay, that's one move. Don't
Is
forget
it the
about
right
that.
move? Queen c4.
No, that's one move. I
one
said.
move.
So what's your other moves? You got the king right there. You imagine that's Magnus Carlsen playing you, and Magnus is black. So can you find a way to checkmate the black king? Well, that's possible. These sorts of things can happen in real life. I mean, if you can meet him, you can certainly beat him as well, can't you? If you can meet Magnus, then you must be... What are you laughing about? It's true.
Okay.
So the next move is what? What would you play? Is this move, b4. Look at this.
And
this is
king.
actually like the rooks have gone a bit quiet on e1 because it's sort of like
What if king plays to b6?
Well, what happens if king to b6?
If king
find
to
a checkmate.
King to b6, I would play.
Then what's our next move for white?
Queen to e3, check.
Well, yeah, that's okay. That's sort of similar, but I'd probably myself. I don't know if it'll make much difference, but that's looking quite healthy. What happens if c5 after queen e3? Check.
c5 after queen e3.
Okay, I don't want to be too long on
Well,
it.
it can't. Okay. Well, then the queen just takes on c5.
Yeah, and then what happens after king a6?
b5.
b5.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then what happens after king a5?
b6.
And then what happens after... What are you doing? b6. Well, okay. We'll go a b6 or queen b6. Which one are we going to go?
Just b6. The pawn to b6.
But the king's on a5, isn't it? There's a king.
King's on a5, and my pawn's already on b6.
Is it? I have to go over that again.
Yeah.
So we got king b6, queen e3, c5, queen c5, king a6, b5, king a5. Oh yeah, that's not looking
b6.
bad. And b6 is check, Dave. In king a6. What next?
bishop c4.
What? Bishop c4 what?
Check. Mate.
Good. So that's one checkmate. Black plays king b4. So king takes pawn. Then what do you play for white next move?
King takes pawn. I would play rook to b1.
Oh, you would? Okay. Might be a wee bit of a mistake. Might be.
a3.
I'm not saying it is.
a3.
It's a little bit stronger move.
Or queen to c4.
There might be a better move. Makes all the difference sometimes.
Queen to d4.
Okay, so we got king b4. That's correct so far. Queen d4, and it's mate in 4 moves. Where's 4 moves mate? And at the same time, when I'm doing this, I'm actually giving Arun and anyone else who's
King
interested.
can go to 2 places, b5 or a5.
And
Let's say it
another
goes to-
place can go to another place.
Yeah. Let's.
What's the other place that the king could go to?
Or a3.
Okay, well, we'll first look at a3. What's
Yes.
going to happen after king a3?
King a3 will be met with queen takes c3 check.
Yeah, and then king a4.
King a4.
Yeah,
Queen to b3.
king a5.
Okay, so let's go back.
And then, no, don't go back. Why don't we go after that? We could always just sort of liquidate everything.
Well, king a3, queen c3 check, and if king goes to
a4 only move.
a4.
Then what? Then what?
Queen to c4. Queen to c4.
Queen to c4.
Mm.
Quintessential. Which one? Queen
Queen
takes
to-
c3.
Mm.
Check. King a4.
King a4.
Queen c4.
Mm-hmm.
King a3. No. King
a5.
5. Best sort of move, isn't it? Because king a3 is no good because queen b3 mate is pretty
If
embarrassing
king
for me
goes
to
to
say that.
a5.
There's also another checkmate after a3. What's that?
After king a3, there's another checkmate.
Other than queen b3 mate. What? There's another one too.
Rook to b1.
Oh, the king's on a3.
King's
So
on
you're
a3.
giving us a move, yay.
Rook to e3.
Rook to e3, that's a evolutionary method. We want to beat, we're at the king, so we might as well get it. If we hang around,
queen
it
to
might
b3.
wake up
Queen to b3.
Black's position. Huh?
Queen to b3.
Is the checkmate, yes. But what else? Is there anything else for checkmate there? Okay, we'll move on from that one. So here we've got, let's just be sensible. So we've got b4 and queen d4 and it's mate in 4. So if I had I wonder if I can just add a kibitzer, okay? Yeah, I can. Okay. So we're just going to watch the computer now win this, okay? 1, 2, 3, and then where's checkmate?
No.
Where's checkmate? You tell me where checkmate is.
Rook's going to come to b1.
Good, checkmate. Okay, so thank you very much for, I think it's been productive for having you here in this screening, and it makes me think that it's probably a good idea to do it more often. And so you're quite happy to do that. So anyway, we're going to now leave you with that final position. So here is checkmate, okay? As Aruna said, 4 moves it is. Rook b1 is checkmate, okay? Thank you very much. All the best with your chess no matter where it's at. Okay, I hope it keeps on improving, as I'm sure it is. And thank you for watching, and primarily enjoy the game of chess. That's the most important thing. If one doesn't do that, then the results don't necessarily reflect the game that you want to get from the game of chess. Okay, bye. Bye for now.
Bye bye.
Bye bye, thank you.